We are at the Google for India event where there have been a flurry of new announcements made by Google for India, and there have been a few announcements about Google's reach in places where tech savvy and internet savvy people still are finding it hard to reach. And so we have Annie Lewin, head of APAC region for Google.org, to explain Google's vision in these areas and how they are trying to make use of people, locally available people, to reach out to communities that haven't been able to tap into the digitalization of India. So, welcome, Annie.
Thank you.
And can you explain to us what was the big news today for Google for India and how is it going to build Google's vision in India?
Absolutely. The number of people coming online for the first time in India is extraordinary. But a lot of those people don't have trusted networks around them to help them understand, is this information safe? Is this information trustworthy? How can I keep myself safe online? So what we announced today is a $4 million grant to the CyberPeace Foundation. They are going to run a nationwide capacity building initiative which will reach 40 million Indians across the country and give them the confidence to be safer online and learn how to recognize and arm themselves against misinformation.
Okay. And could you explain to our viewers that how will it impact the end user and how a person like a lay person who's just using Google products, how will it impact them and what will the foundation amplify or implement?
What we've seen from similar work that we've funded in India and also around the world is that when you give people education and training about how to recognize whether information is trustworthy or not, they do a few things. First, they feel more confident online, which is really important because there is so much great benefit to being online, whether that's finding critical information about health or education or making transactions, but you need confidence to do that. And the second thing is that we find people actually take steps to protect themselves and ultimately don't click on things that could be harmful to them. And we hope that that is the outcome of this program.
Okay. Last year you had announced features where Google's AI was being used for the benefit of farmers. Farmers were able to use generative, just AI for detecting bad crops, right? And this year, what has changed and what have you added to it, and how are farmers going to benefit out of this?
So last year, or over the last couple of years, we've worked with Wadhwani AI on a program to help cotton farmers
Right.
better understand how to deal with pink bollworm infestation in their crops. And that's with an AI-powered app that helps them understand how bad is the infestation and what can I do to prevent it. And that has actually helped farmers use less pesticide, which is really important for the environment, but also saves them money. And so their profits have gone up 20% when they use this app. What we announced today is a $3.3 million grant to actually help this technology expand across India together with the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. And what's incredibly exciting is expand that technology to 10 staple food crops. So this technology, which started by protecting cotton, now being used to really kind of protect the sustenance of the whole nation.
Okay. So, what kind of data is being used by this AI model to detect these anomalies in the crop, and where is this being sourced from? Is this just local to India, or has this been in works in other international markets as well?
So the technology underlying this is something called computer vision. So
Okay.
this is something that AI is very good at doing. People are not always good at identifying things from pictures, or if they are, it might take them a long time to do
Right.
it and to sort through a lot of images. So what this technology allows farmers to do is take a photo of what they're seeing, the pests in their crops, and the AI model will actually kind of help bring back to them a prescription of what they should do.
Okay.
And for that to operate at scale, across India is, I think, really, really exciting, and it's AI being used to really help people in their day-to-day lives.
Perfect. And there was also talk about healthcare and the impact of Google.org in the field of healthcare. What's new this year, and how are you planning to implement the changes this year?
So we also see AI having a lot of promise in the field of healthcare. And one of the projects that we're really proud of providing pro bono to support for in India is with Amman. So they work
Right.
on maternal mortality. And what AI has helped them do is actually identify which women are at most risk of dropping out of their program, so that I can actually reach out to them one-on-one, a human-to-human interaction, to help keep them in the program and keep them receiving the vital information about how to keep themselves and their baby safe.
Okay. And are there any other models that are being used in international markets that Google plans to bring to India? And is there any vision related to that that will definitely be helpful for local people in India?
Well, I think what's really exciting in India is that India is leading the way. The non-profits in India are some of the most innovative in the world in areas like agriculture, in health, in education. And actually what we see is that around the world, many other non-profit organisations are looking to the work in India and borrowing these ideas and applying them in their own countries and contexts. So there's a lot for the non-profit ecosystem here to be really, really proud of.
Brilliant. So I'm sure a lot of people will benefit out of it. But just for you viewers, can you explain the vision of google.org? A lot of people know Google, we use it every day. But can you explain what is the vision of google.org?
So Google.org looks for tough problems or tough challenges that people are facing that might have a solution that's deeply embedded in technology.
Okay.
And more for us, this means AI. So Google has become an AI-first company.
Right.
I think it's fair to say we're becoming an AI-first philanthropy. So we're looking for challenges where AI can be used to unlock something at scale. And when you think about a country like India, to be able to reach, say, all of the children in the education system or all of the people in the health system, AI can give you that sort of scale to do that. What we find when we talk to our non-profits that we fund, when they use AI in their work, they're achieving their goals at half the cost and at a third the time. And if you're a non-profit working on relatively lean resources, trying to tackle really big social challenges, to be able to do something at half the cost and in a third the time is really game-changing.
So, as we were talking to Annie about the role of non-profits in google.org, we have Nakul and Vineet from two of the biggest and non-profits, and who are standing as benefactors in this entire partnership with Google. So let's try to understand how are they trying to solve problems that haven't been solved yet. Welcome, Nakul. So tell us, how does your non-profit solve problems, old problems with modern day technology?
Thank you. So, as Wadhwani Institute of Artificial Intelligence, our approach is to work in domain of AI for social good. What we try to do is we try to work with the end user, we try to work with the governments, we try to work with the donor community, understand all the pain points and challenges that happen on field, and then try to marry all of them and see if there are synergies through which we can solve some of these problems, leveraging the power of AI. Now we work with health, we work with education, and we work with agriculture. We're doing a lot of solutions in agriculture where we are working with the ministry and with support from Google now, where we're trying to solve some of the pressing problems that farmers face today. While these problems might be old, and then there are ways and techniques through which different beneficiaries have been trying to solve this problem on their own. Having said that, with availability of newer technologies, artificial intelligence playing a big role, we are able to come up with newer solutions to solve some of these problems. I mean, Google has been thoroughly supportive and encouraging of the efforts. They have been helping us, guiding us with various initiatives that we have been taking. They have allowed us to reach out to them, and they're enabling us with some of the data sets to sort of work on this problem. They've also opened funding sources for us so that we can work with the government and build these systems along with the government and Google to for the benefit of the farmers.
Okay, Annie, can you tell us more about Google's involvement with Wadhwani AI, and how do you think they are the best partners in this cause?
One of the things we're really proud of is that a group of Google software engineers and others actually came alongside the Wadhwani AI team to help build this app, Cotton Ace, which is this AI-enabled app. So we have a program at google.org called the Fellowship Program, where our Google employees can spend up to 6 months embedded within a non-profit doing pro bono work to help build technology features. And I think the work that my colleagues did at Wadhwani is something we're very, very proud of. It both is something that the employees are very proud of, but also created a product that is changing the lives of so many farmers.
Wonderful. And Vineet, coming to you, like how can you explain like what problems are you solving with your non-profit?
Sure. So, as the word cyberpeace suggests, we talk about amalgamation of peace in the cyberspace. So, we talk about all the tech-based abuses, cyber harms, cyber attacks that happen, and as a foundation, we work against them to make the entire community more resilient. We work with basically people of all age groups, all income groups, all geographies, and in fact, small to big enterprises, helping them in different aspects of strengthening them in the cyberspace. The kind of support that we got from google.org, we're very thankful to the google.org team for supporting us in this massive initiative to counter misinformation, fake news, and also as we recently see deepfake and many more issues are getting to our communities with the emerging tech. We are creating a cohort of cyber ambassadors who will be there in the community, aiming to create 9 million cyber ambassadors across India, who will be like the first responders, our eyes and ears on the ground, and they will be actually working with us to counter some of these tech-based abuses and cyber harms, basically misinformation, fake news that is being spread in the community. That's what we have been planning.
Wonderful. And Annie, could you explain CyberPeace's work and how it fits into the grander scheme of cybersecurity for Google? Because it seems like what they are doing is also very important for the entire ecosystem of Google, be it GPay, be it other Google services. So, how important is their work for Google as a whole?
There are so many people coming online so rapidly in India, and the internet offers them so much benefit, so much ability to connect with information, to transact so many things. But we must make sure that they are having an experience that is safe. And that is something that no one company or organisation or non-profit will be able to do alone. It requires the cooperation of companies like Google, the non-profit sector, civil society groups, all coming together. And I think we've talked today about very, very advanced uses of technology with AI, but that has to be built on a platform of trusted information for every Indian who is online and using the internet. And that's why we're so proud of this work with CyberPeace.
Perfect. And Nakul, could you explain how an average farmer can use the new tools that were introduced today, and just so that the message spreads across, and what will it be used for, and just simplify it for our viewers?
Oh, absolutely. So we've been working in this space for quite some time, again supported by Google. Our initial application, which was around cotton ace, wherein we were identifying pest on field with respect to cotton crop. With just one click, they just need to take any farmer. They need to take an image of the trap where the pests are sort of collected, and the app would advise them on what kind of pest usage or how can they improve their yield by reducing or changing the regimen of what pesticide or what manuring they use. Thanks to Google's support, we have now expanded the scope. We'll be doing 10 different crops. Through Government of India support, we are leveraging their national pest surveillance system, wherein they will be collecting a lot of data sets from field, which is one of a kind exercise in itself. Such data does not really exist from Indian farmlands. All that data collated, we will be able to build a more exhaustive system for these 10 crops that will identify not just the pest but also diseases that some of these crops sort of encounter, and based on the solution that we build, the farmers will be able to very easily upload the images from their farms, and the app will advise them then what are the corrective actions or what are the preventive measures that they need to take in order to sort of mitigate the risk of damage or reduction in yield. Beyond that, we are also building a news monitoring system wherein we'll be building a system which will crawl through various media channels and integrate different news articles and identify events of interest which could potentially harm the crops that the farmer currently sort of growing, which means that they will get regular advisory through notifications, etc. Wherein if there's a potential pest attack in the area, if there's a potential disease that's prevailing in the area, if there are climate adversity that are expected in the area, they will have information well in advance through media, delivered right in their mobile phones. This essentially is a big change for not just the farmers but also policymakers, because the aggregate that will be available now will help them to formulate better policies.
Right. Perfect. And cybersecurity is definitely a big deal right now, and every day millions of users are joining the internet, and India is pushing the ceiling there. So, what do you think the average user should know about cybersecurity, and what kind of problems are cybersecurity trends that are you seeing in your experience?
Well, actually, in terms of, let me answer with the trends, the kind of issues that we see is basically tech-based abuses that's happening, issues related to sextortion, cyber-enabled trafficking, child sexual abuse material being circulated among different platforms, and many other community-led issues that we see. Regular issues like hacking and other incidents are also increasing. But a major problem that we see here is the issue of misinformation being spread in the community. And this is basically impacting the users who are joining first time. So they just believe tech, and imagine people losing their hard-earned money to some misinformation or some instant loan application related scam that's happening. So that's basically one of the emerging trends that we see. Other than that, cyber attacks are also on a rise. So overall, you cannot stop these. I mean, technology will keep on evolving, challenges will keep on coming. So with the program, in fact, we are trying to create a resilient community, and through this, in fact, we are trying to create a cohort of these CyberPeace volunteers come first responders who will be kind of countering the issues. We are also coming up with a multilingual microsite, a digital resource hub, where we'll be having these particular small videos, short videos, comic strips, and in a very engaging way, we want to reach out to the users of all kinds. I mean, people from all, like I mentioned, in the communities, Anganwadi workers, and people above, even farmers for that example, so that they should know about different issues and if something goes wrong, where to go, how to report, so that they can seek help. Because again, as the statistics also, if you see the NCRB statistics, I feel, because we have been working since a couple of decades now in this particular arena, we see the kind of crimes that are being reported is just the tip of the iceberg. And majority of the tech-based abuses or cybercrime that's happening in India, it's not getting reported. It's not at all reported. So with this initiative, we want to reach out to those people. We want to strengthen those people, making them more resilient so that they can come up and they can seek help, and we'll be there to assist them.
Thank you. And I think all this work is pretty impactful, and we hope Google.org is able to build on its vision and deliver its promises. Thanks a lot, Annie. Thanks a lot, Nakul and Vineet. Thank you.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.